10 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Hello everybody and welcome to Season 4 of Dota Pit by G2A. I'm Toby Warner, I'm joined by Ryu as we go into our last. That's it, there is no more, it's final, there is no extra rug sale coming back your way next week because of reopening a new location. This is the final game of the online season for Dota Pit Season 4. This game will decide who will be our final team from Europe to qualify for the LAN finals. Ryu, I'm hoping for a good game, a fair game, and a bloody game.
5 seconds remaining.
I'm hoping so too, Toby. This is going to be very interesting to see how much effort, obviously, HellRaisers is going to put in this game. And
Dire team
like we kind of joked about it a little bit talking earlier, but I kind of do want to know who are HellRaisers friends more with. You know, are they more bro to bro with RoX Kiss or bro to bro with Team Empire? Because I think that does offer a lot in sports when you have rivalries. Sometimes you have good friends, and then sometimes you're just like not necessarily throw, but you're gonna try either less hard or more hard against certain people in certain times. So
well, considering a lot of these guys used to play on Team Empire, I don't know how much that's gonna come into it. But I think both of these teams actually used to play.
We hate Empire.
Yeah.
They kicked us all off.
Maybe. Then again, Team Empire was also ravaged by Na'Vi, so technically everyone hates Na'Vi too. For those who don't understand what we're talking about, let's just quickly jump to the grid. So the situation we're in tonight. The last game that we played between HellRaisers as well as Tornado.RoX. If Tornado.RoX take this 2-0, then they will qualify themselves for the LAN finals, beating out Team Empire by 1 point. HellRaisers have no chance to qualify. They go 2-0 here, they'll end in second position. Unfortunately, there are no prizes for the bridesmaid. So it's all up to RoX here. So if RoX don't go 2-0, then Team Empire will, by default, win. I say by default because they were able to take 9 points out of the competition. That means that they will go to the LAN finals and be the second team from Europe, Na'Vi being the last one who qualified last night, to go to Dota Pit Season 4 in beautiful Croatia and join a lot of really wonderfully invited top teams.
And just imagine if London Conspiracy had tied yesterday, that would have been...
It would have been crazy, man.
Oh yeah,
it would have been crazy.
That's one of those situations where I really wanted it to happen because I don't like the 2-0 head-to-head standing just because Na'Vi 2-0'd the other two teams that have the same 10 points. But I mean, it does make it a lot easier in the long run where you don't have a three-way tie and doing all these 1-1s, 1-1s, 1-1, 1-1, 1-1, and you just constant cycles and stuff. But yep, we're no longer there. Congrats to Na'Vi. Congrats to them. Finally going to go to a LAN. Hope they perform really well. And we'll see who joins them here.
Yeah, our draft unfolds just to get the early advantage. What a surprise when we cast two CIS teams that we draft for heavy lane present more than anything else. Got Nature's Prophet, win 2 lanes, actually 3. But the Batrider pickup from HellRaisers as well as the Witch Doctor.
10 seconds
Well, for a
remaining.
Witch Doctor, he seems to just function with everybody. There's almost no combination he doesn't work with. Batrider, however, seems to be struggling a lot more. The jungle either gets really crowded, or is unable to steal the enemy stacks when they throw them up, or there's just this zoning out in the laning phase. There's a lot of problems that I just see Batrider having in almost all of his recent game.
Yeah, a lot of times people dodge out him, they shut him down early. And once he does get the blink online, he might get 1 pick off, but then afterwards, teams are really good about just huddling up and not giving any kills away. They also have the swap this game to ensure up people aren't going to be getting picked off by the Batrider. So you're forced into this situation where you need to have the superior vision or the better initiation where you have a blink or a force staff or something, or fighting around the Roche pit. But yeah, Witch Doctor, I agree with you, man. I'm really surprised that they banned out Juggernaut themselves having a Witch Doctor. I guess you don't really want to pick up a Juggernaut in some cases when you're going against all the treants. They could be spawned into the fights, then they'll be jumping around, hitting that. Then your ulti is going to be pretty underwhelming. But it's more Juggernaut's a timing hero. Push all those tier 1s, get that easy Roche, and try to go high ground by the second Roche.
I was actually thinking then maybe is HellRaisers going for something more which can deal with the global. Because I'm just gonna say like now, Zeus is still on the pull. Combos very easily with an Nature's Prophet. But if HellRaisers are considering going something more like a Spectre and going for more of a later game approach, ensure they get one victory under their belt and knock RoX Kiss out of Dota Pit, would be one way to do it.
Dire team ban.
We've been seeing Spectres and Zeus's a lot paired up with the Furions. Could still see RoX picking it up, but HellRaisers, how do they want to approach it? Do they want to pick it first, or do they have a idea that it's going to happen? They want to play around it, like you said, against it. I'm all for Sven carry. I really like that hero a lot nowadays, especially when you're cleaving through all the treants and buffing up the Warcry to really chase heroes. And then the build that Ditya does all the time, it's just so amazing to watch, where you just get this Helmet of the Dom, you start stacking up, and then you just disassemble it later for the armlet. Then then you can go into the Mask of Madness afterwards if you want that. Get fast Sange and Yasha, and then you're up on the other enemy carry by like 4 or 5k net worth all the time, just because you farm, 2 big ancient stacks, and you get Roche control, pressure on the map. But
there is one thing which screws that up a little bit though, and that's the one here that was banned out first by RoX, and that's the Chen. So that's probably been the biggest timing attack, which is before this event comes online, is this push that comes around the 6-7 minute mark with like 3 creeps from Chen, a little bit of extra pressure, and
Dire team pick.
Team Global.
Yeah, they could even get. I mean, they should be expecting the Zeus next too.
Yeah.
If they're not.
But what do you do if you're HellRaisers? Like, do you actually want to pick up the Zeus at this point? That means you're running a 4 intel lineup.
I wouldn't necessarily want to do that. We'll have to see. They can get away with maybe
push the Bat Rider to the mid.
5
HellRaisers
seconds remaining.
But is it still better to have Bat Rider on the side
Reserve
lane?
time.
He could also go safe lane if he wants to.
I don't think they'll be able to put enough pressure on the Zeus to kill him with a Bat Rider.
Let's see if they go up against the Zeus.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, because now they could pick up their core, something aggressive that battle directly against the Spec.
Remaining.
Actually having like Slark in the back of my mind here for Illidan.
Remaining.
But we are running a lot of like ranged heroes and
well, we call RoX Kiss's lineup pretty easy, but
yeah,
Faces Void. Yeah, like you said, now it looks like Bat Rider is going to be going into the mid lane, so they're going to put it up, or it could still be safe lane Faces Void farm, which I totally disagree with. I don't like that at all.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, putting Bat Rider mid, I still say.
5
You said Slark is okay, but if Zeus bolts you in your ulti, it'll still hit on the ground. And if you ulti, it won't hit. The static field just destroys Slark. It's kind of hard to really pick that hero in this situation, just because they have so much burst damage from Zeus. But I'm trying to think of what other carry they could really get and help a lot. I mean, they could fall back onto. No, I don't really want to do that.
You're talking about the HR carry?
Yeah, I was thinking Ursa and Lycan, but this is the thing that I saw earlier too. It's where the enemy team has a Nature's Prophet, and they're just able to be so aggressive on the map, and they're just taking tier 1 towers because they have a Nature's Prophet. They also have Avenge with the Aura, whereas the other team, HellRaisers, they're all predicated on pickoffs. So you have to get pickoffs, and even then, sometimes you can't even transition to getting towers. So you need a hero that either does a shit ton of damage, or some pusher like Lycan. But
Lycan doesn't function with the Faceless Void.
No, that's why I don't want to see that.
In-
It could
in
function
fact,
decently.
most of the
with-
heroes for HellRaisers don't function well with the Void. The Wyvern doesn't synergize
10
perfectly. We're not going to say
seconds
Splinter Blast is the big damage you're looking for. The Witch
5
Death Ward
seconds
keeps getting
remaining.
placed inside the chronosphere. Every
Yeah,
time.
I've seen that every single time.
Reserve
It happened
time.
in the ESL game earlier today.
Yeah, I saw that.
That works.
Radiant
That works a lot
team
better.
pick.
So it's not perfect because they're still heavily relying Bat Rider and the Faceless Void catch heroes out of position. This does push Bat Rider into the mid lane up against the Zeus, so it's the battle of the six. And maybe some early rotations from like the Wyvern to zone out the Zeus early on, and Witch Doctor to have around there. So
10
we'll lane the
seconds
mid.
remaining.
Yeah.
But they-
Nature's Prophet
seconds
can TP in for the help to kill Bat Rider. Winter Wyvern might start off early when
Reserve
pressuring
time.
the Zeus out of lane, so he can help out the Bat Rider get maybe the first creep wave or something. But Roxkiss, they need a good hero here to last support. They could have a Witch Doctor right now. I mean, Roxkiss lineup would be amazing. I don't mind Dazzle here too much. Isn't that bad? Some kind of save for Chronos and okay, yeah, that's the dead hero. And it's coming back, it's very good against the Weaver as well as the Faceless Void. He time walks in, you have the pre-clicked silence on him, and then bam, he's done for. He doesn't get off his ulti. It screws him over in the laning phase. You can zone him out perfectly, and yeah, you just need the silence, and it's gonna screw over a lot of these heroes.
Yeah, it was the perfect pickup. I was sitting here thinking, okay, you need some control on the Weaver. Like, Bane is where you'd probably think more than anything else, and surprising that he wasn't even banned or picked in this game. But the Bane would have a lot of problems getting his ulti off and keeping the lockdown. So what's the better choice? You get a Skywrath Mage, the Void wants to
10
chrono early
seconds
on,
remaining.
throw down your Mystic Flare, pushes the Void away, so he can't just sit
5
on top of the
seconds remaining.
enemy hero he wants to beat down, because of that good catch against the Weaver, good lane presence as well, so a lot of things that just work for this last hero, not to mention the amplification that he gives to everyone else on RoX is already doing a fair chunk
Prepare
of
for
magical
battle.
damage.
And I think the biggest thing right now is Illidan. If he doesn't buy Quelling Blade or doesn't have Tangos, I mean, this Sprout is going to completely own him in certain situations where they will have that reliable lockdown for the ulti, or even just to silence him. So I want to see if there's any big Sprout plays coming in, because I think it can be done really easily onto a Weaver.
Right, so already the scouting gets to begin. It will be a stick and bottle play for Afo in the mid lane. Illidan runs the safe lane, but he's also looking at a lot of spam. He's already picked up the Wraithband recipe, so he'll be building in for the long haul later on. And Shashlo is now going to have his items
30
delivered down to him.
seconds
He's been trying to get this damn Observer Ward down in a position that RoX won't know where it is, but he just can't get inside the base without getting scouted out thanks to RMN's very early TP down to that bottom lane. This will just be a simple rune for rune.
Shashlo needs to be a little bit careful here, not to get too greedy.
Like what are you going to do though? You just time walk
The
away.
battle begins.
Unless y'all went for steal, they wouldn't have really had an opportunity to get that. And that would also then force BZZ to level up Lightning Bolt, opposed to leveling up Arc Lightning, he wants for the laning phase.
That's still a good play from Shashlo, because it forces the Skywrath to not block mid lane per se. It forces supports to go into the lane, and like you said, maybe he could even place a deeper ward. He's just scared, like, okay, well, there might be a ward in the lane like here or something, and it's gonna scout me out while I'm warding. So, and this is also another really good play coming in from Armin. You see it a lot from high level supports, just making sure that the range creep's not in front and it's not gonna push the lane constantly.
I want to see how this little bit of a battle goes. The two supports versus a Faceless Void. In the Void, keep the attention of the VS and the Skywrath Mage on bottom. Right now, you've got one support, which is Goddamn. He plays down a new Observer Ward, and he wants to harass into BZZ. Now, there's no real point of him throwing out the Arctic Burn unless, one, he's going to take out the Courier of BZZ, or two, you got enough sticky napalm charges from Afo that you can find the kill. So BZZ is doing a lot of return damage into Goddamn because he tanked up the tower way too much, and they don't find anything from that. In fact, they just take more damage than what they really gave.
Top lane, ooh, let's sit. Ooh, 10 HP, baby.
Dire's top tower is
I could have
under
missed
attack.
first blood because of Toby, guys. No, I'm just kidding, but... yeah,
I
that
don't
was...
know if it's because of me, but
Nah,
yes,
just...
we could have actually missed first blood as a whole. Charge slow, you gotta be really careful with these situations. No time walk, like he doesn't want to consume that fairy fire just yet. When he's got so many tango charges.
He kind of missed out on the kill there, but that's even better positioning coming in from BZZ. He knows that the Wyvern's missing. Furion probably told him, and that's a play that Wyverns do all the time. You just sit there, wait for the rune, or either wait for first blood or wait for the courier to snipe it off. Rush low, like you said. The one good thing is still Yola is only level 1. They had silence or even a stun coming in from Armin. That would be easy kills on the bottom lane.
Very passive start to this game so far. Even if the laning has kept it a little bit close, it's not what you really expect until this moment. Time walks up in 2 seconds, 1 second, and he needs it right now. There's a lot of the damage that was done to him. Nature's Prophet was also looking for the TP in. It would have been pretty ballsy to do, considering the Nature's Prophet is only just hit level 3. He was only level 2 when he was attempting to... So Sprout was not available for him.
He might get level 2 here. I mean... oh, okay, Shasha. That's...
2 seconds, 1 second. Yep. Time walk repairs the damage, but now in comes Go 6. This time around, he's got the Sprout. Faces Void just kept walking. But logically enough, if he was able to turn around and do some level of damage to Tron, could have found himself with a rebuttal kill. Which would have made that a lot more worth it.
Finally, punishing this Void, playing really aggressive here, and... I mean, that's just kind of like the trade-off, right? You want to either get levels or you want to just get an Iron Talon and farm it. This case, he tried. He's going to have level 2 here at 3 minutes and 30, but I don't think he's going to get anything more now. So...
Damn's getting ready to rotate to top lane. Looking for the kill over on Go 6. His TP is still on cooldown for the moment. Pick up Paralyzing Cask as well. They probably want to be starting with this, however. That's why, okay, there goes your Cask. Go 6 shouldn't be able to survive this one. Malediction's on him, so Illidan's just gonna hit him once, and there's an easy kill. A good one for a Weaver to take as well. Still one of those heroes that really needs to progress quickly through her items. Especially in this game when there's so much early lane presence that can be provided by the Nature's Prophet.
yeah, if there's like one tower you can get HellRaisers right now, it's top lane. And you definitely need it. This Furion is still, there's 0 pressure on the tower now, and he's still pulling off the creep wave. So the only damage that's going to come is if Illidan right-clicks it now, but still doing a really good job. And like you said, Weaver has to be very aggressive early on. It's going to need to get a lot of kills done. And just I keep having my eyes on mid lane. It's just nice positioning from BZZ. So maybe Gotham should either get a smoke or something, rotate all the ways around to the bottom.
Not sitting underneath the Observer Ward does make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Because he was sitting there for a good 10-15 seconds just on top of the Observer Ward, hence BZZ just knew exactly what positioning to have. But yeah, I'm kind of with you. Like, you look to Gotham to just do a quick rotation. He's still only level 2. So there's no real quick burst damage that will come from something like a Splinter Blast. He's just an Arctic Burn kind of guy. So finds Ghost Sticks and unleashed a little bit of the experience from there at least. Now with a Sprout, he's going to have to actually cold embrace himself to start with. And also commit Arctic Burn because of the way the train's going to body block him in. He has to do it. The Zeus actually throwing out a bolt. Throwing out the ulti to help get the kill on the Faceless Void in the bottom lane. Vector is the one to get the last hit. HR lucky not to lose 2 there.
And also the ward got dewarded bottom. The sentry about 15 seconds ago, I was taking note of that, and it was a fresh one too from HellRaisers. They might be having a hard time at this nighttime getting vision anywhere on the map.
They're preparing for later. Is Flash Farm, they're trying to get into AFO for the Blink Dagger, so there's a stack now inside the Dire Jungle. Also give him a huge chunk of cash as well. Fortunately for him, he's just lost the top rune because the train denied it. Batrider's already taken the Arcane Rune. Sorry, activated the Arcane Rune.
FO is checking to see if there's anybody who has stacks or something. It's a good play. It's very dangerous though when it's nighttime like this, but scouting it out, not gonna find anything. He's just gonna retreat here. It's hard for HellRaisers to get anything done right now without having a Blink Dagger or Chronosphere. So that's why everything's just, you know, kind of settling down here. And RoX has almost level 6 on Ghost Stick. They can start being very aggressive whenever they want, as well as Tron. So they're ready to go once this urn comes out on the bottom lane.
Before, just gun it. Slow's not level 6, and no Chrono, so yeah, just go for it. Just Prophet's ready to go, he's got his ulti available. He got so much burst damage they can use on Charge Flow, and because of the Observer Ward that was just freshly placed, they understand that he's alone. Pinging towards the mid. Potential Spectra Haunt.
It's gonna be funny when AFO, we didn't even talk about it. There could be, you know, Zeus ulti and then Furion and then Spectre, and then AFO dies because he's low killing the creeps, but luckily he gets away, farming there. And they didn't use their ultis, scouting him out.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Be off to AFO, 8-minute rune. The Wyvern try and tank this up, but now, wow, that pop came through.
Dire's middle
Face's
tower
Void
is
also got
under
revealed,
attack.
hence the Wrath of Nature killed him
Radiant's
off.
top tower
And this is where
under
Team
attack.
Global is just so easy. Thunder God's trying to get
Radiant's
division of every
structures are
hero,
fortified.
and that allows Wrath of Nature to connect on every single hero, if timed correctly.
Radiant's top tower has
One
fallen.
good thing though, tower does fall for HellRaisers. That'll probably be the only one they get until they put a lot more kills on the board. So they've at least done the basics right now for the laning stage. And now it's going to be a lot of rotations from Illidan to really get them back into the game. They're going to have to overextend very hard for Moxkiss, and then Illidan's going to have to clean up here. He's playing really aggressive right now for Ghost Stick. This is really good, but
Illidan can't rotate though. He's actually going to go in on this. There's not
Got
enough
one
damage
more.
to find the kill, so he's going to time lapse out most of the damage he's already taken. So I'm wondering if Illidan goes for a glass cannon build, just straight Desolator. The option, getting sealed, Spectre, gonna reality himself in on the back of his Haunt, but Illidan's just too quick and away.
yeah, that's a waste of a haunt. That's good. And notice Yol is going for the max silence build. This is what you want to do in this situation. It also amplifies the damage of BZZ so much, so the synergy between Zeus and the Skywrath here, they can just blow anybody up that they want. And I'm very curious to see what he goes for. In this game, you would really love to have the Lincoln Sphere, but at the same time, you know, one Arcane Bolt, it kind of screws it up, but at the same time, it still has to hit. So even though it's casted, it's not going to pop it until it hits.
For Illidan,
Yes,
it's
if
got,
Yol.
it's gotta be a Deso BKB game,
Yeah, BKB, 100%.
and they just smoked on top of a Treant.
Correct.
Yep. Not HR's game. Hilariously enough, they do actually have the experience advantage, and the gold advantage really isn't as far in favor of RoX as I thought it was. They're hunting for this
Dire's
opening.
bottom tower is
They won't
under
find it
attack.
now that Spectre is hiding behind its own tier 1 tower.
That's still a really good play, though. Maybe not going into the bottom lane. They were scouted out already. But Spectre's ulti's on cooldown. You have to, even if you lose like 3 or 4 heroes, you have to make plays when the enemy's team's globals are down. Else you're not going to get the advantage in this game. Wrecked.
He went from 100% to 0. There wasn't even a chance there. The second he got amplified from that seal of Skywrath Mage, which is level 3, BZZ threw down the lightning bolt and the ulti, and that took away 95% of his life.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
You can't even react. It's a face void. Like, you just want to time walk your way out of that. Repair all the damage that was done, but he had no time. Inside of Seal. And RoX pushed the issue harder. An observer is still watching Afo so they can get the right timing to move up the hill. What do they really want to do here? Like, the movement's going down south with a couple of heroes, so they move towards the middle lane. Goddamn, trying to reach his ultimate. And now, with the Mystic Flare, the Magic Missile, Tron was able to reality in. So all 5 heroes arrive from RoX Kiss into this mid lane, and they'll take the tier 1 tower to boot.
Yeah, that's still a good ulti for Spectre. Getting your first earn charges sometimes can be the hardest, and now she can use that to farm or farm heroes. So help out a lot. Obviously, other than that, yeah, they're gonna get a deny though. So that's really good from HellRaisers too, saving that. Obviously, they realized they were rotating over because of the ultis. Good back out.
Okay, what you really wanted. Like, it's starting to remove the control of HellRaisers. Say starting, like it's the first tier 1 town they've been able to claim. But it buys space with the Spectre and also makes it a little bit more comfortable around Roshan. Illidan copying a fair chunk of damage here on the bottom lane. Ooh. And with the Bolt, that orb, he's going to time-lapse out the damage. The orb is still going to keep chasing him. In fact, he had 2 chasing him at the end of all of that. Well, Batrider now comes for the hunt, and they find Yol out of position. He'll throw to the Mystic Flame, which instantly makes so HR has to back out. As Shashlo tries to slow down Yol, successful at doing so, and they'll find the kill. They have to commit the Chronosphere, which
Courier got it.
Did
he? Wow, okay.
Yeah, he chased that thing down for the whole time. It took 4 hits.
I was gonna say, now they can take out bottom lane easily.
Dire's middle tower.
But I'm actually not so sure it's that easy. And you're in a trade position where BZZ and RMN are adding a fair chunk of pressure to mid. They go for the Chronosphere that's going to allow for the TPs to arrive. Illidan getting the bugs off, so RMN, oh nice last through. To allow HellRaisers to take 2 heroes here. Death Ward maybe not essential, but thrown out anyway. That's big for HellRaisers. Kills this far into the game after he had such a bad start. It's going to be worth so much.
Oh yeah, especially Shashlo's doing something finally. That's the first play he's made in 13 minutes, and it's a big one. Punishing them for being way too aggressive on the other side. Good positioning coming out from HellRaisers there, and yeah, still at the end of the day, Spectre is free farming. She's up to her drums now. That's still no slowing her down. So Tron's been doing absolutely amazing so far, and they have eyes on Shashlo again, but they're saying nope, that's too deep, and probably don't have enough burst damage with only Ghost Stick here.
Do you have that long hold time with a seal? You can still a 5-second silence duration over on the Faceless Void.
The only play they can really do is the Sprout though, and if he has the Quelling Blade, which he has the Iron Talon, then he can just get out of it pretty easily.
True.
But they do have the Zeus and Spectre ulti and everything, so technically they could all be there at once. Yeah.
Dire's top tower has
Move
fallen.
coming up top. Tron trying to engage here. Now Faceless Void does not have Chronosphere. The Paralyzing Cask is still available. Trying to buy a little bit of space, but the Mystic Flare has already done its work over on the Batrider. A reality for the front lines again. Tron can't keep up, even though he's got that double damage.
Is under attack.
Every target he goes for, he kind of gets blocked by either Creep Wave, Treant, his own teammates. So a lot of things getting in his way.
Bottom lane, they had a TPN. Ghostic could have got a Sprout out there. That could have been Illidan's death. And notice, yeah, he has to go BKB first. There's no other option. Meanwhile, top lane, got him is... Oh, you have the cast though. He didn't go for it.
Wait for it. Now they can go for it. Straight into the death ward. BTT won't take enough damage from this Shashlo. Ulti is in 3 seconds time. 1 second, and now catches out both of them. Aegis Prophet's going to TP in to try and help out. You get the Malediction. Paralyzing Cask coming back off cooldown now. But BZZ, he'll actually pop from the Malediction. He can't save himself from that, but he can still survive just long enough. Wait, can he? With a TP back, the Flame Break. Oh! It flew with a Flame Break, was a fraction of a second too late from Afo. Oh, that is not the dream. HR, I actually felt like they're getting themselves back into this game, and they needed that. They needed that fight. They needed those pickoffs. They just didn't get anything. They lost 3 heroes for nothing.
Yeah, I was very curious to see why Witch Doctor was really holding on to his cast. Maybe he wasn't in range or something, but There was two heroes right next to each other. Could have potentially saved the retreating Winter Wyvern, and yeah, we haven't seen one ulti this game. I don't think for Ghana. It's just no time to really cast ultis. They're really not grouping up on the side of Roxkis. It's just like, oh well, we pop all our ultis and you're all dead. So no time to really group up.
Distance anyway, going up against a faceless void. Like if there's more than 2 people caught inside of one chronosphere, then either you are forced into a choke point, or you've taken a poor position fight.
Dire's bottom tower.
Worst part is they can't even ulti the Spectre because they don't have enough physical damage to kill her off. You have to make the Spectre kill somebody. Oh, speaking of killing.
It's going to be Witchstock who's the man to get silenced up as the Batrider expands his lines through. They didn't really find anything until now. Scarab Mage picked off out the Weevil. Looks like RMN's going to go down as well. They both have the Scarab bugs on him, and there's a lot of damage coming out from Elden. Maybe not so great at being locked inside the Sprout with Tron. Instead of being a 1-for-1 trade if the Batrider does get the kill first, so Weaver helps. Gets the experience from it, but Nature's Prophet gets a lot in return. Almost finished his Orchid now.
That BKB was there, Illidan would have had like an ultra kill. At least. That's very unfortunate. He had it way before the team fight too. But don't. That's Roxkis using their ultis once again. So now it's on HellRaisers. You have to make a big play now. You have your BKB online. This is as strong as you're going to be for the next 10-15 minutes. Besides, yeah, you have the 4-staff on Afro and NJ. You have the BKB. And Shashla would really love to have a Blink Dagger, but you're just going to have to make a play now. It's time. So, bottom lane, tier 1 is really low. They might not even need to group up to get it here. Got him just pushing it away. Mid lane. For some reason I thought there was more.
If it was a level 2 swap on the VS, I probably would have agreed with you.
Radiant's
This bottom lane is just too easy for HR to take. And there's no reason to rotate for it. Like, it was inevitable that tower was going to get killed off. The only reason why you come down there is potentially a denial. But the rest of RoX was grouping up around mid. They're actually moving into a position where it looked like they were going to go for a smoke. Y'all just pulled out of it. Find somebody though. Could be goddamn. Then still got his Arctic Burn, and now the Nature's Prophet's going to arrive. So obviously, okay, Chronosphere, goddamn, is a little bit more range here. Lightning Bolt doing a little bit of damage to Shashlo. Shashlo needs to be able, oh, he can't! He couldn't jump himself out in time. Iron Man's gonna get killed off by his own Spectre. Thanks to that curse from Goddamn, and Goddamn into the Glimmer Cape. And back underneath this tower to safety.
Nice disengage. We also have Illidan coming back in. They have Sentry down. That's a lot of burst.
It's a BKB. They have enough damage to kill off Yol before that TP can complete. Flame Break just making sure it doesn't complete. So that's a Faceless Void for a VS and a Skywrath. Something you really want to say that's the greatest trade-off in the world. Especially when you take into consideration the fact you are getting split pushed all the time. You need to be able to have like a lot stronger heroes at this point of the game.
Oh no, that was a win for Roxkis by like a long mile because they used all their ultis and they didn't get punished.
Oh,
and
will we?
He went away, yeah.
Ghostix dropped to about 100 HP then. The Batrider almost had him. Almost had him.
But yeah, like you said, they're not getting enough done from HellRaisers. I would have really liked to see them go for the Roche play with Swarm. It's maxed out in this situation. Or Mendo. Illidan's on the hunt. They have a ward scouting out Tron here, but no backup just yet.
You get to see the fresh observe ward being placed by RMM. That's almost worth it, even if he doesn't get the kill now. But a sentry for sentry. Spectral dagger. Wow, Illidan. Goodbye, son. Nice knowing ya. Always global support you got to be prepared to fight against. Always.
I think he was ready for the Spectral Dagger at the same time as Zeus ulti. He calculated right. He was clicking his... You saw the animation of him ulting, but it was just way too slow.
I'm going to tell as much as possible, y'all. Oh, another level being pointed down that should be scouted out, but they get a revenge kill for it at least. In the bottom tower now, the rest of Roxkiss will have to back off for a moment. Not building the confidence for silence control. Which is what they need when that Weaver comes back to life again. Even then, they don't have that because of the BKB.
Yeah, still at the end of the day, HellRaisers. Yeah, I think they have a little bit better team fight when it comes to that, at least for the BKB sustain. Until Spectre gets the Manta style, I'm certain HellRaisers can win a team fight as long as they have a good chrono with a Death Ward. I don't see the synergy coming in with Winter's Curse besides holding out like the Zeus, because most of the time Zeus is going to be on the back lines, and you're not going to be able to kill him unless you have a really good lasso coming in from Afo and NJ.
It makes a lot of sense, and I'm wondering if this is more of what HellRaisers is thinking when it comes to team fights, where you start with the Blink Dagger Lasso, you drag one hero back, and the Void goes in at that point, throws the Chronosphere down and isolates Roxkiss. It should mean that you start every fight with the one hero advantage. Should, at least. Goodbye, Shashlo. He actually finished the Vlads before dying then. There's no buyback for the Faceless Void, but at least HR can feel a little bit more confident going into Roshan. I'm really not certain about this mana style. With the Weaver going to go in for something like a Desolator, like it's going to rip apart that Spectre.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
The stats are good, but what are you trying to break? Paralyzing cast? You kind of help it a little bit.
It's just once the BKBs are down, because he's having to use. I thought he had only 8 seconds yet. Illidan might be forced to pop his BKB. No, there's no team global coming in. It's probably not worth it popping your globals there just to make him pop a BKB. But as I'm saying, like, imagine if it's like a 5-second BKB, and at the rate of this game's going, it's gonna get down there. So once you have the Manta style on him, Illidan is just going to be paper once the BKB's down. And that's more what it's for. It's for isolating out heroes, and when you're on top of them, you just do so much damage with the Desolate, and it's like an anti-mage with the mana burn.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
HellRaisers are going to group up as 4 heroes now on that top lane. A little bit of chip done to the tier 2 tower, but more than likely, they just have to... Yeah, they're going to smoke and rotate over with another 2 of them. No one's showing themselves from rocks. Game as well from Roxkiss.
I would really love to see HellRaisers. Well, I would really love to see... Normally, a lot of times in this lineup, there's no mechanism and there's no pipe against Roxkiss's lineup. They just have, like, yeah, this Batrider or these offlane Faceless Void. Sure, Vlad's helps out a little bit, but not nearly as much as a mech or a pipe.
Illidan TP's down south. There is the sentry was. They saw Illidan running in. Gonna go again for another Shikuchi. Yol does have his TP available, so he's gonna go inside the trees. And Shashlo, flame breaks too late. Would have been too late as well for a time walk into Chrono. I can't be okay with like if I was HellRaisers. Desolator's flying out from Illidan right now, so you want to slip yourself in and take out Roshan. Something a little bit more potent than just an illusion room would have been nice, but they have no big ward placement through the Radiant jungle, so it still actually helps them out.
Yep, this is just good timing from HellRaisers. I still do think they're a little bit stronger in the team fight if they can get the initiations off. It's just later in the game, right? That's when it starts to become... No, too late to contest this. Even then, though, like, imagine a Faceless Void as well as a Batrider in the late game situation. It's very scary to deal with these heroes when you have like an Ags Blink and constantly kill people whenever, and as well as the Batrider. So even when you go into these late game situations, it's not set in stone for Roxkiss to win just because they have a team global.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Right now, I'd be looking for HellRaisers to get the advantage at the start of the fight, just because that Aegis is immortal. Confidence will give the rest of HellRaisers. And maybe this is one way to do it. Illidan catching out the Skywrath Mage in the mid lane. Time-lapses out all of the damage he took.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
What a player, Illidan.
Pushing. He really has carried so many teams in his career. Going for a haunt. Yep! S1 gonna get cancelled. Say goodbye to your Witch Doctor. Especially with that Zeus already being planted down with a flame break. It's burning RMN. He'll end up surviving now. Really, what's the cost of Roxkiss? You've just lost your Nature's Prophet. BZZ is going to get isolated inside the Chronosphere. You just lost 2 big cores. Iron Man has to hide in the tree line. He did not have a TP scroll. I don't know if HR were aware of this or not. RoX still just took a 2-for-1 fight where they lost 2 of their core heroes for a Witch Doctor.
That's so good for them. And they also got the pick off beforehand on the Skywrath Mage, so looking really good for them. And the BKB is almost done for Afro Ninja. That's the one thing about Roxkiss's lineup. You get BKBs, they're absolutely gonna do nothing to you. And it's gonna be very scary once HellRaisers start getting more of these pickoffs. And what I saw that fight that made me worried, Toby, is that Weaver having 1300 HP and enjoying the team fight with 400 because of the global from Zeus and Furion before he arrived. That was funny to watch, but
he really does need some more stats, some life. I don't care if he even has to go into a heart.
Yeah, heart's looking pretty damn good right now.
Yeah, be the most obvious of the choices. Potentially could also go in for something like a butterfly, but I guess more of the raw HP having trouble with.
Well, that's a gem.
Glimmer Cape for the Wyvern, but yeah, he needs to get rid of the gem down the hillside. Thinking it out, saying it's there, but look at Shashlo. He's gonna make the jump up. He'll grab the gem, and now he can Chronosphere and go on to Go 6, but no. They go for the easier target. That's gonna be Yol.
BKB lasso over here, bro.
Oh, they actually got another one. Oh, they got a big one. They got BZZ. They're gonna clip him. RMN's gonna swap him back down again, but that just makes RMN a very easy kill for Illidan to take, and they may lose more, but the Batrider down for the moment. The revenge is still sweet for Shashlo. Simple Chronosphere and the 2 big heroes. Like, I don't even care about the Batrider. He did his job. Illidan and Shashlo, they're the ones that are gonna get out of control.
Oh yeah. This is... Oh boy, it's all on the backs kind of the Spectre to really carry during the team fights, and it's going to be really hard when... I don't even know if she should go Diffusal next. I don't think you can. You can't go Radiance anymore. It's not going to help once they have the BKBs on HellRaiser's side. And
but what else do you get? Like you can't go Butterfly because Illidan's at a point where he'll just buy a straight Monkey King bar against you. Kind of that level of evasion. You could potentially go for the heart, but the damage output from HellRaisers isn't that weak at the moment that he'd end up surviving. Like,
yeah, heart is not the answer in this situation, but...
Yeah, but what else is? Like, what do you want to do? Like, start Scarnius? No.
I guess it still has to be the Diffusal Blade, and that's just going to help you pick off the supports. Also gives you a lot of good stats to have.
It really does have to, that, doesn't it? There's just no other good choice for him at this point of the game. Wyvern's going to jump up. They're on the chase. Iron Man. There goes the curse, just locking him in position, allowing Illidan to finish the job as he loses half of his life to the Wrath of Nature. The Thunder God's Wrath hasn't even been used yet, and Iron Man will finally go down. Illidan protected by the BKB for the moment.
It's just funny watching Illidan. Okay, so we're going to isolate this target for you, Illidan. Oh, no, wait. Here, I'm going to isolate this target for you, Illidan. Here, help me. Okay. I'll kill them all, guys. Thanks.
Who's going to sit at my table at the lunchroom? I don't know. But everyone wants Illidan there. Buddy, your tier 2. Even with Shadowblade build coming the way of the Witch... that may even be a Glimmer Cape. Yeah, it's a Glimmer Cape. Dashlo's on the way for an Aghanim Scepter. Just lost the Aegis model. We've got 5 minutes and 20 seconds until Roshan's back up again.
Radiant structures are fortified.
We still haven't even talked about the biggest thing for HellRaisers. Because they got all this map control, because they got Roche, it really helped out the supports getting 2 Glimmer Capes, and Glimmer Capes just make Roxkiss lineup look like nothing. If you get Glimmer Capes off in a good timely fashion, you're not going to be doing any magical damage, and it's all on Ghost Stick right now to really come back into this game, and He's going to have to help carry the Spectre here. He's doing as much as he can with the split push, but this smoke is going to backfire heavily on RoX Kiss.
Considering all of HR are in position, apart from one. Batrunner just left. Shashlo actually broke the smoke, and they go for the ulti combinations. Wrath of Nature, the Thunder God's Wrath can now pop off. The Spectral Horn's already down. Shashlo does die in the middle of this, but Illidan, they've got BZZ isolated. The Death Ward's far enough back for the Witch Doctor. He's able to focus down RMN, and then the Curse as well. Ghostix might be able to TP out in time, but Tron's got nowhere to go but down, and Yol will draw him. A triple kill for Illidan. And now he's got 6.7k gold. Please buy something good.
Rapier!
No, it's a... It's still good. Still bloody good. But he's a very big glass cannon, which is why I thought maybe he'll be looking at the heart.
MK base here is still good. They have Roche control, so that allows you to play a lot more greedy in these situations. He still has enough for buyback too, and is looking really good. They did everything right there from RoX Kiss too. Like, they killed off the Faceless Void, but the only initiation they have was the Spectre Haunt, and you kind of want to have the Spectre Haunt coming in later, where you already have somebody locked down and you're able to isolate one target and then go to the next and then the next. But when you're initiating with a Spectre Haunt like that, you're not going to come out on top.
That's why HellRaisers they feel so confident at this point in the game. Even if the top 3 net worths, 2 of them are Radiant side players, I'm still seeing that Weaver doing so much. They need to burst out Illidan. If they can start the fight like that, then this game is a lot more interesting for RoX. So they need Illidan either out of position, he's getting very, very aggressive. And there's the seal. The turn the BKB almost gets the kill on Yol. I am just out all of the damage, but burns another BKB charge. He's down to 5 seconds on it, so we won't care anymore.
Long hair, don't care.
Clairvoyance, tagline.
Yeah, they're searching. They're searching. Is he gonna do it? Yeah, he's doing it now. Oh,
no!
They're gonna still get him though. I can't see off
they
the
did the
map.
flame break. Flame break's gonna cancel the TP out. Now they can see Tron, and he can't Spectral Dagger himself any further away. They're gonna make sure he stays there. There's no horn out. Because he threw the lasso down. Even then, it was all 5 heroes from HR on bot lane. 53-second window while the Spectre's down.
Spectre's so dumbfounded what to buy. Just like us, he's like, I'm gonna hold on to my gold gas.
He must be thinking Radiance. If you got this much money, you'd still would have bought up majority of your diffuser blade.
Oh, Radiance is so bad because they have glimmers and BKBs and.
I'm not debating that. I'm not debating that at all.
I know
it's also a very rare situation when you look at something like a 32-34 minute Radiance.
Radiant's bottom tower.
This rate, the Spectre won't get it until it's about 40 minutes into the game, unless HR do something really, really stupid right now, and that's pretty difficult. They've beat through the tower. Illidan already forced the time lapse out. They kind of need to cold embrace him into a safer zone. But the Spectre horning up, goddamn goes down very, very quickly. They got a lot of damage being dealt in the back lines. The Witch Doctor, but he just limitates himself away while they last RMN in again. They have got the big kill, however. You're right, Illidan goes down. They're gonna catch the Witch Doctor as well. I said it was hard, but not impossible. HellRaisers getting called out, getting a little too aggressive and not respecting RoX Kiss.
That's very strange for me, not respecting it. They've already wasted their time lapse on Illidan. That was the moment just to get out, but realizing that RoX Kiss just initiated. Another thing I haven't really discussed that much that's absolutely a pain in the ass to deal with is the vision that Thunder's Wrath gives onto the Glimmer Cape. So even though you have this invis, it's only helping out for the magic damage, and obviously you're going to have the Spectre Haunt still hitting you through the Glimmer, which is going to show, but still at the end of the day, they're going to need another one of those big ones, and then for RoX Kiss to really get back into this, because it's still HellRaisers' game to lose for me.
I know we're starting to reach that point where you're going to lose that effect. It's You need to keep the momentum up for the Weaver. I would be with you 100% if the Weaver had a tanky item. But he doesn't.
Oh, and because they're gonna get Roche now, it just spawned like 10 seconds ago.
Yep.
Very untimely.
They had triggers inside pit, so RoX knew about it almost instantly. So Roshan, HellRaisers get tapped up by the Zeus ulti, and they're gonna leave it. Aegis the Immortal into the hands of the Spectre. More and more money coming his way. Diffusal Blade is completed, and another 2.5k gold sits on that Spectre. Nature's Prophet's having the time of his life. He could... Not really worth going a Silver Edge in this game unless you get it for stats later into game.
Yeah. Like you said, they kind of want to have the initiation with the Sheep Stick. It would be really nice to have where they can catch out Illidan, but I don't know if he wants to go around the Disabler route or if he wants to just go for raw DPS and like can go into... I don't like Mjolnir too much because of the BKBs on HellRaisers, but Daedalus straight for Ghost Stick could be really good.
I'm really not certain that Nature's Prophet meant to do this. They're gonna have a basically 2.5 to 3 wave pushing in through the bottom. Well, Ancient battle. Afro, get the hell out of there. He can't force-staff himself out, but he's fine enough for weight and he won't get hit by anything else. And Illidan, okay, the damage into Tron, he still had the bug on him. Tron's gonna survive. But barely. Yeah, I'm not quite certain about what Nature's Prophet was trying to do, because he took a creep wave and a half, almost 2 creep waves, up to the middle lane with the 2 treants he had. And this is made for like a mega wave coming in through the bottom.
What? This wave bottom lane.
Yeah.
Who's gonna farm it? Alright, Spectre, go get it. Go get it. But
he really should. He really, really should.
who's gonna be the greedy ass that goes get this?
Could
But
also send the Zeus. That'll bring him pretty close. Like, he'll be able to pick up a soul booster. Yeah, they're finally pinging it out. Okay, it's the greedy prophet.
it's Toby in my game.
Dude! Taking it for a greater good. The Octarine means more ultimates. It means more treants that my enemy can
Means
farm.
more goddamn
It means
dead.
goddamn being dead in the bottom river. Afo as well as Witch Doctor, they really want to have a crack at that. They'll make the tree line before they get visible.
What?
Refresher, is that what you're wanting at? Is that what you're wanting at?
Yes.
Well, I agree with you. It's a big what, but it's
Why
the
not
only
just
way.
go hard? What the?
It's the only way he can get himself a 10-second BKB. But right now, he'll BKB, turns to fight, timeless at all the damage. Tron standing his ground here, but he cannot do this. The Nature's Prophet TP's in a little bit further forward. Okay, maybe he can do it. You forget he has the Aegis the Immortal. RMM will go down to the Witch Doctor, so there is a bit of a trade-off. As Tron wants to just keep fighting. There goes his Spectral Haunt, reveals all the positions of HellRaisers. Into the Diffusal Blade, Illidan keeps the run going. He doesn't have his Refresher up. There's no mana, because he's already started this fight with only 300 mana. Illidan will go down. There's no buyback available for him. And this will be a potential Raxing done by RoX Kiss.
Yeah, they lost the game. It's over. HellRaisers, why'd you do this to me? I believed in you.
Really looked like they had it. Like, for a while they did. They had a 7.5k gold advantage. They had a 16,000 experience advantage as well. The Weaver was coming online, but I know, like, why you're not getting a tanky item. There's nothing but pure regeneration coming out from the Refresher Orb. I'm struggling with this concept, Freer.
I mean, he didn't have any mana to cast the... What?
I can understand why he ran down, because he felt pressure to get into the fight, and you do have the regeneration from the Refresher.
Okay, they didn't get a Rex.
This could be a big pickup right now. They want Tron. They're going to get Yol in the edge of this as well. So potentially they can be looking at multiple targets to kill off. The Flame Break goes off. Chargeflow has to bounce himself away, and Tron, he'll go down. Afro with a double kill. A huge thing for him. Now that Bat Rider's getting a large amount of money up to level 20 now. Is he going Refresher as well? Gotta be something like... It can't even be a Lincoln's, because that doesn't protect Jack.
Could help out with the Orchid maybe.
Dire's
But
middle tower is under
yeah, I would
attack.
definitely love to see a refresher on him too.
You get hit by something like Arc Lightning and you're already in trouble.
Pretty much. Our men, are they gonna... No, not gonna chase them down. Just gonna farm here. They kept their racks though, and that's pretty good. I'm just befuddled by this game now. I can't even think anymore. You got a refresher Weaver now. I was gonna talk about the Scotty for Spectre. It's probably the course that we talked about a little bit earlier. It had to be diffused into Scotty. It's like the only thing, and then probably a heart afterwards. You can see how Illidan wasn't even there, and she still died. Just the fire of the Bat Rider. And oh, 41 minutes in, 27 to 28. We got a hell of a close game now, and I think HellRaisers gave them a little bit, going too deep in that bottom tier 3. But now we're here, and both teams probably waiting on the Roche here.
A long time to wait, but it gives time to farm up your buybacks after you expended a fair chunk of money. Because who's got that right now? It's only the Witch Doctor and the Bat Rider for HellRaisers. And Bat Rider's probably already considering spending his money so he can get his refresher orb right now. Double BKB, a double lasso. All the control that Weaver needs, and Weaver needs that control to work for him. Without it, he's nothing. I'm still concerned about his mana consumption.
Find this mana regen, 250% added on from the refresher.
Works nicely when he spams out Chikuchi and then the
he found Tron though.
Refreshers. Yeah, a bit of a quick mini stun. As long as he keeps the bug on the back of Tron, you could see him. But now Illidan gonna BKB. Support's coming in. It's a big trap, especially when you get the curse off. They swap it out of the Tron. The bonus spear from Chargeflow. The perfect position. The Spectre will go down. RMN's probably gonna join him in a moment. Ghostic's gonna defensively sprint himself up. Illidan's so low and he's down for the count. God damn, he's just not enough of a man. They just profit. It's a triple kill for Chargeflow. 4 heroes lost for RoX Kiss. Weaver almost escaped. The Wyvern almost escaped.
He went back in. Illidan went back in because he was so greedy and thought he could get the kills. And he just got right-clicked to death by Ghost, who has 6,000 gold. What the? Alright. This is probably one of those situations where you're Furion, you're dead for 66 seconds. Probably should have bought back, but at the same time, they're not even pressuring at all now. They're just...
I would be very, very concerned if you use your buyback.
I'm very surprised they didn't just try to pressure the bottom lane with the 2 heroes and just retreat. I guess at the same time, it's hard for the Faceless Void to pressure when you don't have that BKB.
It's also very difficult when the top lane was pushed in so far, and so was the mid.
But yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's why.
Back around again, but all you can do is force a buyback. Be all.
I would. Yeah, I guess at the same time, you don't want to force a buyback and then get picked off yourself and then lose another Roche because it's could be respawning pretty soon.
You do have him in 27 seconds, so it's not a long wait for HellRaisers. I really want to see what the stage is proper Ghost now for his next major item. Like the Death Ward Aghanims upgrades up for HellRaisers, so there's gonna be so much physical damage on the field that I'm a little concerned about his life. Which is why Silver Edge may be a possibility for him to go in for. Might consider going for a BKB, but then what are you gonna do? You're gonna replace drums when you've only used 1 charge?
I think he's used 2. It's used 2.
Yeah, sorry. You're right.
I got you, Toby. I keep you in toes. Speaking of toes, Tron's toes are... Well, they're fine because...
Iron Man sacrifices himself for the greater good.
Alright, Afro Ninja's... yeah. Okay, that's just a really big misplay coming in from HellRaisers right there. Because they had Chrono as well as the lasso and did.
Yeah, Spectre haunts up. They go for the wire, but the Lightning Bolt revealing, but then the curse. And y'all came in range, so Goddamn is able to cripply walk himself out of here. Tron does have that Spectral Dagger down, but he keeps getting mini bashed the whole way through. There goes your Spectre, and y'all is down as well. Afro instantly uses a refresher orb, but he just misses the target. Easy able to blink himself away to safety. close there for Raffo. That would have been so huge if he could pick off the Zeus.
He does have buyback. He really wants to buy his F blade right here for BZZ, but has to hold on to buyback.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Spectre does have buyback. Will not be game. But it could be a set of racks if they don't buy back here.
So they're holding on to it for now.
Dire's top tower.
Creep wave's gonna spawn.
Radiant's middle tower.
There's still no death ward up for the Witch Doctor. Gotta keep the rise on that one, but the Chronosphere's already up. No, not again! Oh, the swamp will cancel the last two. Shasha went for the big BKB. Illidan just able to time-lapse out in time before he goes down. The Wrath of Nature did some work there. And now the Refresher Orbs trigger again. Illidan's BKB will actually protect him while he's locked inside the Sprout, but he just could not get out of it again. So Shashlo's going to go down. Illidan's dead as well. And now the Witch Doctor, Yule Scepter up. And he's gone. Gem of True Sight's on the deck. The HellRaisers just lost 3. They did, however, take the mid-melee racks. But there's only buyback over on the Weaver. As the only hero with an available buyback, and Roshan has spawned. RoX are quick enough about this. They can get Nagas Immortal up their sleeves and have a cheese extra.
I mean, Afo Ninja has been playing like a monster here. I don't know if they can let... Oh, there's this perfect ward now placed, so... Not gonna make any big plays, Afo, are you?
With the gem being lost, it's so difficult for him.
Yeah.
But he's got to have a guess. And again, he's being very defensive. Already back to base, doesn't have anyone else. There's a scribble being written by the Batrider saying like they've got to have a ward here or they control this area.
Alright, so Ghost Stick has the Sheep Stick plus 6,000 gold. I mean, what else do you want to buy here? Moonshard is a possibility, but then you're adding... Well, he still has like 330 right-click damage here. That bad. Orchid is something that you could possibly replace, maybe for a Daedalus. What is he gonna get? Who bought? Just a Scotty.
That one's coming down for Tron. I did actually end up going for that Scotty I was thinking about. Yeah, but then they just profit. Like, you'd almost want to see a refresher.
From the goddess.
Like, actually replace the Orchid and get a refresher, so you got double ultis, double scythes.
I don't even think there's gonna be enough creeps on the map to do that, though.
Yeah, true. And you've still got your Octarine, which has dropped your ulti down to 45 seconds. Yeah, no.
It could be really good, though, for the double Hex. I mean, if they just get a Hex on Illidan, that could be game over in situations. Okay, Illidan is neglecting Heart whatsoever. Most glass canning build there ever was.
Now with this Chrysalis. Nice chrono.
Easy.
And again, well, there's the swap. The Shashlo ran out to try and fight him. Aramet was protected, and what is this? Why are they all dead right now? Shashlo was meant to be the one initiating in here. Now HellRaisers, they're losing their entire squad. The E-Blade's attack, Batrider goes down, the Weaver brought back. I hate to tell you, Illidan, you got no teammates.
Once more into the wind.
Doesn't have BKB either. He's very susceptible to Sheep Sticks.
What the hell happened on the back line then?
I don't even know, man. I don't know anymore. They keep going into the same situation over and over and over again where you just have an easy Ven swap out of the chrono and they just survive.
Dire's middle tower.
Oh, there goes your mid-tier 3 tower. The bottom lane's also pushing in a long way. Swap. Go on Illidan. Force start back out. Flamebreak trying to buy some space, but Illidan's dead. 2 minutes on the sidelines. Afro's going to join him. That may be the game right there. They just don't have the damage and control left to repel RoX. So this will be at least 2 lanes of frags. That creep wave on bottom is just so huge. It was actually made bigger because Ghostix, when he triggered off that ultimate during the last fight, he hit like the entire creep wave and killed it off. But there's already huge momentum that came in from that with all the treants he had. But yeah, Heatjar's going to find the bitter end. Go for the curse. And, well, this isn't the way to do it. The sprout from Ghostix keeps them away, the Death Ward. They need some really good bounce damage, but it's not going to happen. YOLO Warriors getting ripped apart by Tron. GG, good game, well played. RoX Kiss, they keep their hopes alive. Remember, they're going to go 2-0 to qualify for the Dota Pit Land Finals. If they do not, then it will be Team Empire who will attend instead as the number 1 team.
It looked like HellRaisers were just not even talking that game to each other. It's like, oh, we're playing a pub, guys. We're just gonna do our own things. I mean, there was so much lack of synergy between a lot of things, and it looked very great. It looked perfect for the first, I want to say, 30 minutes of the game, and then all of a sudden everything went downhill and so fast.